Hi, we're live, but I'm having a technical difficulty, so kindly hold on. Uh-oh. Kindly hold on. Oh, there it was. All right, let me try that again. I appreciate your patience. Patience, it is said, is a virtue, and we're examining our patience as we stick with one key teaching through a whole year. And that is a teaching of the Bhagavad Gita known as Samatvam, equanimity, equilibrium. Another way we could say it is steadiness. Today's verse, and again, in any of the Song of Your Soul books, I'm going to be looking at verse 721. That's chapter 7, number 21. I'll be chanting it. You can listen and absorb. You can chant along with whatever you like. So here's today's special verse. Whoever, whatever a man decides to entrust with his faith, I surely take that faith and make it inexhaustibly steady. So what could it mean? It could mean so many things because there's so many people with so many points of view. But what we're trying to do with equanimity is get to the heart of the human experience, the true self, the self within us that is beyond conditioning, for example, that is beyond deception. And this is important because as we become more and more established in equanimity or in steadiness in ourselves, other things become more steady, including our faith, our belief. So, for example, Arjun is talking to Krishna, his spiritual advisor, and Arjun is a warrior. And because of his progress in spiritual life, he's getting to the point where what he thinks or believes really becomes reality for him. And at the start of the Bhagavad Gita, he believes he is immoral and incompetent. And despite evidence from decades of the past to the contrary, he starts to see himself that way and even acts that way. He drops his weapon, for example. He can't even stand up. So, this is a valuable lesson to us, especially as we progress in life. Whatever we believe, we tend to create in our reality more and more. I see this in people who get older. The beliefs harden. I'm trying to watch that in myself. The whole, well, back in my day, we did it this way and it was just fine. Why try something new? Or, you know, we get hardened views on certain types of people. We become jaded about life. And then that becomes reality. Children, we talked yesterday about, Blue Jays. We talked yesterday about youth and age. And one thing about children is their openness, their curiosity, and their ability to see things in entirely new ways. Kids say things, and you're like, I never thought of it that way. How interesting. But when we become older, we just keep thinking of it all the same way. What Krishna is reminding us is we have to be mindful of where we are putting our attention and our belief. There's actually a psychological kind of fallacy that parents know very well. And that's the fallacy that if someone holds a certain belief and you tell them that belief is false, they'll probably dig in on it. Like, oh, your friends may not have your best interest at heart, teenager. Yes, they do. Or that person you're interested in is no good. Oh, no, they are. I don't, have any of you encountered that? And what has to happen is that instead of us telling we have to show, or even better, allow others to see. This comes up quite a bit in the Gita. You know, if you've been benefiting from this and been trying to tell people, you got to do this, they might not care because they've got their own beliefs. But if you can demonstrate through your own living and being that this is affecting you, then they start to go, yeah, maybe I want some of that. I'm mentioning this as caution, especially in political times. Oh my gosh, there's so many political arguments. I'm even friends with people I know hold different political views. And if one of them says to me, your political views stink, I'll be like, yeah, no. And if one of them says, or if I say to them, your political views stink, it's not going to get anywhere. It's not going to get anywhere. It's not going to get anywhere. Everybody has to come to their own realization. They have to take their own time to it. Have you found this to be true? I'm wearing my this T-shirt actually. It's kind of a lighthearted salute to this idea. So here in Cleveland, the baseball team has these three little. They're not official mascots, but they're three hot dogs: ketchup, mustard, and onion. And every game, ketchup, mustard, and onion. These people in these huge hot dog suits, I don't know how they do it because it's got to be super hot. They run around the baseball field and they race and they try to win. Well, you know, it's pre-stage. It's like, okay, ketchup, today you're going to win, but you're going to make it look bad by tripping onion or something like that. Um, but it's so interesting because people start to form these loyalties to these hot dogs and then get upset when their hot dog doesn't win. I mean, it's all in fun, but it can be so tempting to go down the rabbit hole. One of the big sayings at the Cleveland Stadium is ketchup cheats. Well, he does, but you know, people get so wrapped up in that. I can't root for ketchup because he cheats. And actually, I am not team ketchup. I had somebody assume I was team ketchup. I do like ketchup. I like ketchup, the condiment too, but I prefer onion. Um, but somebody saw my shirt and is like, I am team mustard. I said, well, I'm team whoever's throwing a free shirt and I catch it. That's the shirt I wear. That's my team. And we had a good laugh. And this can be, you know, what life is throwing at you, take it and put it on and watch out for blind loyalty, shall we say. Keep examining. That's one way we can stay young, open, curious, and really progress on the spiritual path. Many spiritual traditions, like Christianity, say if you want to keep going, you have to have the mind of a child. You have to be like a child. You have to be open. And you can have faith, but it's a very pure type of faith. And that's tough, especially as we get older in the world and we kind of lose something. If you're older, you know what I mean. If you're not, then hold on to what you got. Don't get to the place where we are, where we have to do work to let it go and tap into our youth again, our openness, our freshness, our willingness to wear t-shirts for the other team. Uh, Today, I'm dedicating this to all who play roles to entertain or amuse us. So, from hot dogs to each of us, we put on roles for each other, don't we? It's for all of us. Let's practice and become steady with the physical balance pose. Switch. contemplation time, I invite you to contemplate, to bring into your awareness something that you hold to be absolutely true. Absolute. And then invite the world just in 5 minutes or for the rest of the day to show you, is that actually true what you believe? Is it a filter of the ego, or is it actual reality? Can you prepare yourself to be open to that? This is one of the toughest parts of the spiritual path. Let's give it a go. Welcome back. So, rooting for hot dogs might seem silly and like a silly thing to get worked up over, but from an outside perspective, many of the things we choose to get worked up over might seem equally silly. Can we examine those today and in the future? We'll see what comes up tomorrow. Until then.